नमस्कार, मी सिद्धार्थ चांदेकर. अर्बनली प्रेझेंट्स मशाल 2.0 को स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय 1993 अ सलॉन कंपनी या कार्यक्रमात तुम्हा सगळ्यांचं मनापासून स्वागत. मंडळी, आज आपण भेटणार आहोत अवंती देशपांडे यांना, ज्या एक खूप मोठ्या न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट आहेत आणि फूड टेक्नॉलॉजिस्ट आहेत. काही वर्षांपूर्वी म्हणजे जेव्हा त्यांनी करिअरला सुरुवात केली तेव्हा फूडकडे सायन्स म्हणून बघितलं जायचं नाही, फूड इंडस्ट्रीकडे एवढे सिरियसली बघितलं जायचं नाही. पण त्यांनी बघायला सुरुवात केली आणि त्यांनी या फूड इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये स्वतःची एक वेगळी इमेज तयार केली आहे. आपण जाणून घेऊयात त्यांचे अनुभव काय आहेत ते. So, Avanti, it's a pleasure having you here on the show. And
Thank you.
well, I'm an actor, and you are a nutritionist, come food technologist, and I think I'm very privileged to be talking to you again.
Privilege
So,
is all mine. Yeah.
so I wanted to know, Avanti, um, nutrition. When we say nutrition, as much as it is taken seriously today,
Yes.
आपण न्यूट्रिशनला ॲज सायन्स बघतो, आपण न्यूट्रिशनला ॲज अ प्रोफेशन बघतो.
Yes.
What was it? How was the industry, the food industry or the nutrition industry, back 20 years ago when you started and when you started going deeper into this science?
Yeah. So Siddharth, it is completely changed. Like, there is a complete change in the way
Hmm.
people are looking towards food, towards nutrition. Time also, when I did my graduation in the food industry, it was booming, but it
Okay.
was more towards ready to eat foods. It was more towards something that will be health was not on anybody's mind as much as it is today at that point in time. So that
Hmm.
is a sea change that I see. So even if today you see like food companies are having a small segment where they are talking about health foods also. Like you take the big food industries, you take Coca-Cola also, for example. They have come up with a healthy range because that is the need of an hour. People are realizing the importance of, how eating healthy impacts their life, not only for the time being, but for the generations to come. So it is not just your health, it is the generations that are going to be born. They are also going to have a healthy life when you are going to have a healthy life. And then I think it is
Correct.
like, then that eco-friendly thing has come into picture, caring for the nature has come into picture. So, there is a lot of difference. So, in fact, the jobs that were offered to nutritionists were really, like only gym trainer jobs or, gym nutritionist jobs when I graduated out. And I had a passion for food. So I had nothing else that I could think of doing other than food. In fact, I had
Hmm.
got into MBA and I had got into MSc nutrition at the same time, admission. But that time I
Hmm.
decided, no, like I have to get into nutrition because that is what I really love to do. Not even thinking whether it's going to be a prospective career for me, so on and so forth. I didn't even think about that at that point in time because I did not know what else I could do other than food per se. So when I graduated from there, the only jobs that were available were dietitians in the gyms, which were unfortunately more of a receptionist come or dietitian's job and not
Hmm.
paying all that well. But today the scenario is really changed. People are getting conscious. They realize that they need to visit a nutritionist. Like I'm a standalone nutritionist. Like I am not associated with any hospital or any gym, but they do feel the importance of visiting a nutritionist, seeing that it is going to make a difference in their lifestyle, and they do see the result, and then it improves the quality of their life.
So, can you restart with you were somewhere between people nowadays?
Yeah. So let us just get back to this. The impact of health and nutrition is not only on this current generation, but for the generations to come, and people are understanding the importance, and that's why the value, and especially when you add on that corona thing also that has come up recently, people
Hmm.
are realizing that it's very important that they give importance to nutrition, to building immunity. Food is their medicine, and things have changed really, especially during this pandemic time. People are getting to their roots, understanding the importance of food, and adapting to a natural way of life rather than depending on medications and other things.
Wow, wow. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Avanti, I also wanted to know now. It's a current trend of processed foods.
Yes.
I need to know your thoughts about all kinds of processed foods which we get, because it is serious, and
Yes.
it's like uh, uh, it's like an elephant in the room which nobody is talking about.
Yes. Right.
Somewhere many people are talking about it, but somewhere people are just ignoring it, and they're just not talking about it. Um,
Yeah.
Processed foods, uh, do how do they affect you?
Yeah.
You can
So
say
the thing is,
processed meat, or you can say processed vegan meat, which has come into town now. So
yeah.
can you please tell me your thoughts about processed
Okay.
foods?
So, since I am from the food industry, I can very vouch for it and say, like processed food by itself, if it is not done at the right temperature, right conditions, might not be healthy the way you are imagining it to be. Okay,
Okay, okay.
but nowadays there are a lot of good technologies that are available, and these technologies will ensure that the nutrition is a little better maintained as compared to the older technologies. So
Okay.
not that so see, there has to be an advancement in the food processing industry also, which is already happening, and it is the need of an hour. Okay, agreed that in a country like India, because we still have maids coming home cooking food for us, there is a lot of restaurants who serve us that kind of a food, but that's not the
Mm-hmm.
scenario worldwide. Okay, worldwide people are a lot dependent on processed food because in the other countries, managing and cooking constantly might not be a scenario or a luxury like the way we have in India. Even the urban population who are in India, for them, they end up not eating proper meals because they are not having the time to do it. But
Okay.
there is something like, there will be something like sensibly choosing the right kind of food products. Now, this is not easy. For me, probably it will be easy because we have studied it so much, and we can read the labels and we can interpret the labels, and then we know, okay, this is so it is not like a black and a white area. There is a gray area in between, and sometimes as a nutritionist also, I have to understand that everybody is not going to be able to cook all the meals, especially the working population. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why you have to have something in between, like totally bad, totally good, but something in between you should be able to choose, and exactly that is what we help people to do. So as a nutritionist, it is our duty to read. I mean, and I do that, probably because I have a liking for food, or I have a knowledge into that. Any new product comes in, or I make frequent visits to the market, and then I keep on finding these brands, which will fit into a person's diet, because I know that it is minimally processed. So you have to choose between extremely processed, the ones which are extremely healthy, but then to, probably I will amalgamate in between, and then I will say, okay, you can choose this at times when you are not having time to cook, but definitely don't choose this kind of foods. For example, let me give you an example, okay? If
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking somebody to eat, now see, you are a busy actor, and for you also, you'll relate to this. When you are busy working, you are not going to be able to pick up these handful of almonds and walnuts and move around with them. What will be easy for you? To keep a nutrition bar with you, right? You simply open a bar and eat it, and you know probably it has got about 10 to 15 grams of protein it has, and you are sorted out at that point in time, because you have to take care of your food and diet also. But
Correct.
then there are sweeteners which are like very harmful to the body, like the high fructose corn syrup, which are added to the food products, which is extremely bad. So we need to read the label. We need to pick out the products and say, okay, this product has got this high fructose corn syrup. It's a big no-no. Avoid that nutrition bar. But as against that, there are other nutrition bars in the market which will have natural sweeteners like jaggery into it, khajur into it, like so in fact, even chickpeas for that matter, we will help people tell, like, okay, don't go for these, really the ones which have got a high fructose corn syrup, the highly processed one. But probably you could end up eating a chickpea, which is Lonavala chickpea, which is much better because it is processed, and it has got jaggery in it. It has got peanuts in it. You're taking care of that short meal, right? So then this difference is there. We need to constantly read their labels. Need to educate the people.
Okay. Avanti, we all know now that many people, because of health reasons, are turning vegetarian or vegan nowadays,
Yeah.
There are
Yes.
documentaries on OTT platforms which are telling people to stop eating processed meats which are available. Like, for example, processed meats as um, the sausages or the salamis. That's what they are telling people. I was I was influenced for a certain period of time because of that, and I don't know. I stopped eating non-vegetarian food. I stopped eating it 2 years ago. Now I'm a fully vegetarian. I not because of the documentaries though. I wanted to stop eating non-vegetarian, but now this is my personal thing. Everybody has a Many people have a notion about this, that
Yes.
let's not eat non-vegetarian now, because it is processed meat is also considered as group 1 carcinogen. That's what it is in um, uh, the website of World Health Organization. So I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts about it? What do you think about it?
Yeah, so let me just put it this way, okay? See, we as Indians are actually the non-vegetarians are also vegetarians to a large extent, okay?
Correct,
We
correct.
are Indians and we do not consume. See, if you ask any Indian, an average, okay, probably you are an avid meat eater, so you might eat every day. But
Okay,
people like you might be very few, okay? So on an average, now when I'm dealing with my clients, the person will say, okay, I'm a non-vegetarian. Okay, how often do you eat non-vegetarian? They will say, I'll just eat, once in a week. Now, as compared to our culture, where non-vegetarians are also eating just once or two times in the week, as against Westerners who are probably having non-vegetarian for each and every meal that they are consuming, there is a difference. Okay, and the proportion of people consuming these processed meats in India. See, probably the young generation would do that because they are very busy and it's the easiest way out. But otherwise, if you are see, so there will be two classes. There will be people who are not eating non-vegetarian food at all, the ones who are eating a lot of processed meat. But as against that, if you don't want to leave non-vegetarian food, then I would say don't go in for the processed meat because that is the one which is the most harmful one. Instead of that, move over to something which is going to be a fresh meat. You're going to just prepare it and eat it. Now it all depends upon how often you're going to eat to really claim, whether you really need to go vegan or not. I agree that vegetarianism is something which must be adopted, but it is not a compulsion because there are so many people who still want to eat non-vegetarian food, and it is by choice. So unless and until you adapt and you accept and you're completely for it, it becomes very difficult. Then again, vegetarians have to manage getting the good source of protein from the other sources, and that's very important because see, even if you're not eating other things like chicken and fish and all, you probably might be eating eggs every day. And then if
Mhm.
you're a complete vegetarian, you miss out on that major good quality protein because non-vegetarian foods are good quality proteins. Their absorption is the best in the body as compared
Correct.
to the vegetarian form of protein. But having said that, you can still manage to get a good quality of protein even from the vegetarian foods, but it has to be planned properly. Often people who are moving from non-vegetarian to vegetarian foods, they miss that out. They simply stop eating non-vegetarian food, but they are not making up to that much of vegetarian option, which will still give them a good quality and it is still going to complete the protein requirement for the day. That's very, very important. And along with that,
Mhm.
exercise also plays an important part. So
Mhm.
I am not like for vegetarianism or against non-vegetarianism, but again it's you need to strike a balance. So we need to tell people, okay, don't go in for the processed food at all. Explain why not to go in for the processed food, and then move to the fresh meat options. And again, as I'm telling you, we Indians do not consume so much of non-vegetarian as much as the Westerners do in every meal. So this thing of being a vegetarian is more beneficial to them because the kind of red meat issues that happens, the heart problem, the high cholesterol. In India also we have high cholesterol issues. Okay, I will not disagree with that, but the reason is completely different. It's because of eating a lot of carbohydrates in the diet and probably eating a lot of junk food in the diet and less of fiber. The reason is very different in India as compared to Westerners. The
Correct,
outcome
correct.
might be same. Both
Okay,
might be having heart problems or heart issues, but the root causes are very different. So that is what needs to be identified and then tackled accordingly.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I like this answer. It has cleared my views. Okay. What made you start your own line of products?
Yeah. So the thing is, I'm a hardcore food technologist, okay,
Hmm.
and I have been working in food industry for 10 years before I started into the field of nutrition. So
Hmm.
I know, and I've been working in different departments like R&D, production, with the production staff. Actually, work with the bulk production and everything. And then when I started working as a nutritionist, I realized, how much ever efforts I'm making to give people the kind of healthy food that they need, I'm not finding that kind of a perfect option in the market. Okay. So then that's why I came up with these four products, which are like day-to-day utilizable products, which is going to make a difference in their lifestyle, and they can choose to adapt and use these products lifelong. Like I have this dal chila mix, which is like got all dals in it. You have it for breakfast, you have it for lunch, snack time, or a dinner time. Like when you're out of ideas now, you want to eat healthy at the dinner time, but you're already late at home. Now, what do I cook after that? So you simply take out that packet, add water to it, make your chilas, and sort it out, right? At least you're taking the protein requirement. So that two chilas will give you 6 grams of protein. You're like sorted out, right?
Hmm.
Same thing is for people. So I'm a gut health expert where I work with people having gut issues. That's where I realized that gluten-free diets work in a lot of cases. And gluten-free diets are going to work. And my next product is, this millet atta, because a lot of young generation don't know how to make bhakri at home, right? You
Correct.
can't roll
Correct.
it out.
I
You want
can't.
to eat it, yeah. You want to eat it, but you can't make it. And when you can't make it, you won't eat it because it's just like impossible. Otherwise, then you will have to depend on your maid or something to make it. So in that
Hmm.
scenario, I have made this atta where you can easily roll it out. You can make like rotis out of it, and it is gluten free. So you are sorted out
Outstanding.
there also. Yeah,
I
and I
I
have
need
oil
I
also
need
that
that
you
atta. I need that atta.
surely, surely. And it's easy to make, right? You don't have to worry. So you can make pancakes out of it, you can make bhakris out of it. Then I've got oil, which is a healing oil, and I've got a very yummy almond truffles, which are like this the same thing I was telling you about nutrition bars. Most of them have got high fructose corn syrup, extremely unhealthy. But the ones which I have made, I've got khajur and also basically say catering to every requirement of a person, right from your daily needs to something where you want to have a sweet tooth, want to eat something, you can have it as after pre-workout or post-workout. So just keeping in mind the people's requirement, what is not available in the market, using a
Hmm.
little bit of my food technology skills, and these products are in place.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Um, there's one different question I wanted to ask. Um, do you think that the entire nutrition industry, or maybe the most part of it, is women driven?
Uh,
Because
nutrition industry, no?
yes,
Nutrition.
yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So you're asking me why this scenario is there in India as to
No, no.
more female nutritionists?
I'm not asking why. I'm asking, is it? Do you think it is? Because I
Yes,
can
it
see that.
is. It is. It is very much there because see, the thing is, often you relate food to your mothers as
Hmm.
compared to your fathers. That's a
Correct.
woman figure there. Women instinctively know about kitchen a little more than what men. Nowadays, there are a lot. I mean, no bias. Nowadays, men also cook and everything. But then the thing is, it's like maximum women will be in the kitchen. They will be able to understand your requirements much better. They are more empathetic towards listening to what your requirements are, understanding the situation. And generally see, when we are working as nutritionists, we are just not giving a diet, we are counselors. So we are,
Correct.
it's not just about the diet that we are providing people, it's counseling, it's making them understand what is good for you. Some people, see, there are very different reasons why people have put on weight or having a particular issue. Especially I can say that because I am a gut nutritionist. So sometimes it's nothing to do with the food that they're consuming, it's the stress levels, or it is some kind of anxiety or depression which is leading to a lot of food issues. So that needs to be understood very, very well. So being empathetic, able to understand, able to know that this is the exact problem with that person, it's not just food related, get him or her out of that problem, and then the weight loss or achieving your health goal is a byproduct of it. So this empathy is very important. Knowledge about food is also one more thing. And I think generally it's like that mother figure, right? Like, because probably your moms have been in the kitchen and cooking, and then you can relate to that much better.
Wow.
Home
Yes.
cooking and food is always relatable to mothers.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
So, Avanti, I need to know about your future plans. Like, what do you think? What will you be doing 10 years down the line in the food industry? Because I'm sure that you will be in the food industry till your last breath. And you have you have not only dedicated your time, but almost your life to
Yes.
the nutrition and food industry.
Yes.
I need to know, what do you think you'll be doing in 10 years?
Definitely, in 10 years down the line, now my food products are just at the inception or the baby stage. So I
Okay.
plan to take it at a next level. So this
Mm-hmm.
next level would be, see, this is my dream, okay, to have something like, Mahila Gruha Udyog, where
Oh,
I'll be
wow.
employing all women because I want to give women employment. So
Mm-hmm.
planning to have a manufacturing unit and everything under one roof. Why not? See, nutrition, there is no limit, because food industry or health industry, it's growing by the day, by the minute, I
Correct.
would say. And
Correct.
people are realizing, so there is so much to do. So manufacturing, having own products, then I also want to have my own health shop where authenticated food products, which
Mm.
I actually have tasted them, tried them, put it on the shop, maybe
Okay.
online, maybe offline, make it available to people, and so on
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. I mean, there are new ideas coming up every day, so there'll be something new coming up every year. Because
Okay.
2 years down the line, I had only one product in my kitty, and now I have almost 5 products. So it's going to just keep on growing.
Outstanding. So, Avanti, I wanted to know about your personal unfulfilled dreams. Now, you're a professional, and you have dedicated almost your entire clock to your profession. So, त्याच्यामुळे होतं असं की कधी कधी पर्सनल गोष्टी ऍज अ पर्सन काहीतरी फिरायचं राहिलंय, काहीतरी अचीव्ह करायचं राहिलंय, काहीतरी एक्सप्लोर करायचं राहिलंय. असं काय पर्सनल तुम्हाला असं वाटतंय की हे अनफुलफिल्ड आहे पण मला हे करायचं?
Okay. So, as I told you, I always believe in being larger than life. And luckily, I can compartmentalize very easily. Like, when it's work, it's work. When it's home. So that way, it's like good. My bucket lists just keep on increasing. They ek jhalak ki ek jhalak ki ek. And that's what entrepreneurs always are. Wanting for more. So one thing which I definitely want to do is travel a lot, and I want to learn to start solo traveling, because that's where you can just explore places where you want to go, don't have to depend upon anybody else. So that's what
Wow.
I'm yeah. So I think that's the resolution I've decided for my this birthday, that I am going to start at least one solo travel a year I should be doing, which is for my sake, just explore. And I like to live in local places, eat the local food there, maybe stay in a local home there. I mean, it's much more fun, and you get to know the culture so much that you will not understand when you're living in hotels and big places. So understanding, and India is so versatile. So yes, I will start with India first, and maybe beyond that. And yeah, so that is something I'm really looking forward to, and I have decided to myself this year onwards that should happen for sure.
Amazing, and I'm sure you will do it. uh, I'm sure you'll go places, because you're not only an amazing nutritionist, but you are also a wonderful person to talk to.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
it has been my pleasure to talk to you, and thanks again. Happy Navratri to you. It was an
Happy
amazing talk.
Navratri to you too. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you for joining, Avanti. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.